All right, guys, we're back with top 4 Edison Format Epic Cards and Games in Hurst, Texas. We got Lewis on the left playing Machina Quickdraw Hamster deck versus Javi on the right playing GBs. So it looks like Lewis going first. Summon Lila sets 2. End phase mills 3. Mills Foolish, Charge, and Gores. At least you don't have to worry about Gores. I'm glad to see this matchup because I'm not too familiar with it. I hardly ever see GBs versus Machina. Anyway, summons Laquari, so no bottomless, most likely, from Lou. And a little bit about this was a 30-man local, largest local we've ever had on the channel. Javi went undefeated, 5-0. Lou snuck in at 4th, which is crazy because we had 2 X1s that didn't make it. Just because we needed to get 33 people. If we had 3 more people, it would have been top 8 instead of top 4. So we were just shy 3 people. So obviously, 2 X1s didn't make it. It's really unfortunate. But here's Lou trying to take down the number 1 seed, which happens often. I've done it numerous times where I've snuck in at 8th and knocked out the 1 seed, and it's happened to me. I've been the 1 seed, and people have knocked me out in top 8. I remember 2 times it happened to me. I was upset. Both times. Actually, one time Javi was the number 1 seed. He went undefeated, and I snuck in at a 2-2 record and beat him and made it all the way to the finals. It was unfortunate because the bracket, he was gonna win the tournament. I was the only one who had a good matchup against him. Anyways, he MSTs a Chariot after he tags out for Haplamas. The Hippo. I'm gonna call it the Hippo because that's what I've been calling it for years, even though it's a rhinoceros. Someone mentioned it in the comments. Alright, so Lou special summons Fortress by discarding Force. Yeah, you want to get rid of the Hippo. Attacks the Hippo and sets either a Raikou or Hamster. This deck is interesting. There's Machina. Basically, it's Quick Draw with the Machina engine. And here Javi moles lose Fortress. Javi loves Mole. I personally don't like it in GBs. Even though it does come in clutch sometimes. I know because me and Javi were testing the other day. He kept getting me with it. I don't think the card sucks. I just think in his deck, he already has too many normal summons. That's why I don't like the card. And I told this to him already numerous times. Okay, so here Lou flips up Hamster. So if you're Lou, Javi only set 1 back row, so he probably has a bunch of monsters in his hand. Is there a way for you to get that Hamster off the field? He has Raikou in hand. I think his hand is Caius. Do you Caius yourself? It might not be bad. He has Fortress too. Did he attack him for 11? I can't see life points. I'm going to say he hit him for 11. Yeah, I think he did. So yeah, he could have Caiused himself and just deal with my 2400 Caius. Sometimes you have to do that against GBs. Okay, anyway, he summons Bestiari, attacks. Now he takes Javi is excellent at reading people's back rows. He is excellent. So he knows that card is nothing. I know this because I test against Javi a lot, and one time I was playing him the other day, and he knew my set was back row. Now, granted, I was because when I test, my other friend Randy was also telling me you should do this move, and he knew where my Burial was set, and he MST'd my Burial. No, he MST'd my Solemn because he knew my other back row was Burial. So Javi knows that back row is most likely dead. Anyways, here Javi sets 2 and passes. Alright. So, me watching Lou play the last round, I know he has Trap Stun in his deck. Yeah, so he Trap Stuns Javi here. You have 2 Raikous, a Caius, and a Fortress. So, Lou can flip the Raikous, pop both back rows, tribute for Fortress, or he mills Bottomless, Gear Frame, Mirror Force. So if I'm Lou, Or does he Caius? Oh no, he should have Caius the other back row. You're under trap stun. He attacks for 24. I think this was the right move, but I would have gone for the back row. Unless you're afraid of book. Yeah, I would have probably gone for the other back row and then just attacked over the quest. We'll see if he comes back to bite him, but I don't know. Why is the trap stun banished? Okay, there we go. They fixed it. So now you have Caius, Raiko, but I believe that back row shouldn't be there. And Javi, the GB Master, summons Cat. I say this, so we were discussing this in my Edison group chat today, and a few of my locals were saying Javi always, I think Ryan was saying Javi always draws Solemn. I'm like, no, he always draws Test Tiger and Cat every time I watch him play. Or I test against him. He always draws Dan Tiger. That's why I call him the Tiger King. Anyways, so he's forced to Bestiari, pop his own bottomless. So this was going to happen regardless of what Lou did. So here he Geyseris is both. Attacks him for 24. So we're at 15-1 to 45. He drops Trag. Oh, Trag against GBs. This is the one matchup you don't want, Trag. So he tags out the Geyseris. So I don't think it mattered what Lou did. Yeah, it really didn't matter. Because Javi had the cat and the tiger. And now he's left with a fortress in his hand. At least he can draw into... like... another fortress. So 51-45. Sets one back row. So this torrential gone. Mirror Force is gone, so you're only afraid of him top decking the one torrential. So he hits him for 17, hits him for 8 and 16. So that leaves him at 1,000. So here, the previous turn, Javi tagged out the Geyseris. Yeah, he tagged out the Geyseris. So it's an interesting thing, like you can chain block when you tag out with Geyseris. Javi did it to me the other day. He he brought out Murmillo and Rediari. He made Murmillo Chainlink 1, Rediari Chainlink 2, so I couldn't negate his Murmillo with Stardust. Pretty annoying, because chain blocking doesn't really happen much in Edison. Compared to like in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you're always chain blocking. It's annoying. Okay, so he tags out the Darius, grabs the Hippo. No, he was supposed to tag out for something else, yeah. That one was Darius already. So he goes Laquari, and then Darius, get the Hippo. He's going to make Herc, and all Lewis has his Fortress. Yeah, this game is most likely over. I don't see how Lou gets out of this. He's at 1,000. Staring down Herc, Chariot, Darius. Yeah, this game is GG. This GBs, when they get rolling like this, it's hard to beat. So yeah, Lou concedes game 1. Not much I think he could have done that game. I think this is probably a horrible matchup for Lou because he's got Dandelion in his deck. He's got Hamsters in his deck. So I would say Javi's definitely favored just from my view of this matchup. All right, so game 2. Will Lou pull off the backdoor 2-0 and get back to the finals? These two are regulars on the channel. Lou's got 1 win while Javi has 2. They've both been in the finals multiple times, so we'll see who gets back there. Javi upstarts Lou, so we're at 9,000 to 8,000. And Javi sets a monster. Lou's got double fortress. Double fortress. Special summons fortress. He's got Card Trooper, Force, Hamster. Yeah, can GBG want to take out those hamsters? All right, so he's going off. I'd be a little afraid of Cyber Dragon, but hey. Attacks the set. Probably thinks it's Hippo. And then hits him for 25. They always love to set Bestiari because then they just bring it back with Darius and Geyseris you. All right, so he passes. So Lou's got Fortress, a back row, And either a hamster or Raikou set. How will Javi get out of this one? Maybe Rescue Cat would be a good start. That's not Cat, but still, I guess Sam Knight. Tiger. See, this is why I call him the Tiger King. He always draws the dang test tigers. Every time I watch him on camera. Does Lou have something to chain? So he lets it go. I wonder what he has. Because he thought about chaining. So what will Javi get? So he chooses Darius, so he's going to go for the Geyseris play. Yeah, Javi knows this deck really well. He just plays it so much. That's the one benefit. Like, if you stick to one deck and really master it, your technical play is really strong versus... I can tell whenever I'm, like, matching decks, my technical play is not as good. When I'm mixing matching decks. But at the same time, you learn the matchup. So it's like there's like pros and cons to both. All right, so Javi sets a back row because he knows he's going to get Fortress. Fortress is going to look at his hand. So here, he goes for the Geyseris. Targets both Fortresses. So I think Lou should not have done this. He had a Raikou. He had Torrential. Maybe Javi gets greedy and attacks you. But then you still have Torrential. So I don't know. I don't know if I would have Torrential right there. You're still going to look at his hand and get 2 cards. And then you have Raikou and Torrential. I guess the reason Lou did this is because he's... I don't get it. Maybe Javi gets greedy and attacks you. And you still have the Raikou. You have the Torrential. He can't use that back row because he set it so it wouldn't get discarded. Unless if you think that's a Torrential. Sorry, not a Torrential, a Chariot. So I think Javi was asking if he still gets to look at his hand if he changed Torrential, and Lou pulled up the ruling right away. I don't know why Javi's shuffling his hand. He gets to look at your hand. It's not random. Yeah, it's not random. Which site are they using? Edison Format, something for the ruling? Yeah, Javi, he gets to look at your hand. Show him that hand. It's Prisma, Sam Knight, Cat. Okay, so I think Javi didn't want to show the hand because he knows he messed up. I think Javi forgot. He forgot it's game 2 and 3. Forgot he could do the Prisma, send Cyber Dragon contact play. Which is good, because if it comes up in the future, you'll remember. I think Javi just forgot, because it doesn't come up often. In my opinion, Javi doesn't have much practice against Machina. Probably forgot about this play. But I think he saw it, but he probably saw it after he had already normal summoned. He's like, dang, I messed up and it's too late to go back. That happens to me all the time. Like, I know when I misplay and I'm like, oh my gosh, I messed up. And especially when it's on camera, you're like, dang. Everyone's going to see me mess up. Anyway, he mills Kaiku, Chalice, and Caius. Hits Javi for 19. And yeah, we're 9,000 to 36. Passes. I wonder what that back row is that Javi tried to save from the Fortress. So you know he has Prisma, so... Yeah, he has Prisma. And Upstart. So he upstarts him, now lose a 10k. Alright. So summon Prisma. So this is how you know he didn't see the play until after he already normal summoned. So yeah, now he saw it. This happens to me all the time. Like, I'll see, like, dang it, I messed up. Like the other day, I had a Raikou set, and I should have stacked. I had Plague. I should have stacked my Vayu for Plague first, and then flip the Raikou so I could mill a Vayu. And I didn't. I stacked for Plague first. No, yeah, I stacked, or I flipped the Raikou first, and I was like, oh dang it, I messed up. But I can't go back now because I already milled. So I know that I made that same mistake as well. Anyway, here comes Gear Frame from Lewis. Javi's checking his grave, trying to see what's left. How many Fortress, how many Force. Okay. So what could Javi have? I think he might have Solemn, so he's debating on Solemning this gear frame. I mean, he's going to get Force, right? 2 Fortress gone. Is he going to Solemn the Fortress? So what do you do if you're Javi? Do you just Solemn the gear frame or do you Solemn the Fortress? Lou's got Plague. Okay. Maybe this is correct to just Solemn the Fortress. Okay, is Solemn the one he was trying to protect? Yeah, so Solemn was the one he didn't want Lou to hit with Fortress. So here how he pays half his life. So we're at 10,018. So yeah, it's a you can negate that with Thunder King, so you can definitely Solemn it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what they're debating. Pitch Force, bring back Fortress, and then here comes the Solemn. I hope John was there, because he's a judge god, and out of all the time, I think he's only gotten like one thing wrong out of all the rulings. 1 or 2. Alright, so he's got 2. Lou's got 2 cards. Passes. Javi needs O. So Javi tops the GB, so he hits him for 2K here. So we're 8,018. Tags out Laquari. Probably a quest. Just to start recycling stuff. Yep. The quest. The good news is Lou's at 8. Oh no, he took 2K. Oh, did I take that off already? I think Javi didn't take it off. Who knows? Okay. Lou sets a monster in 1 back row. And passes. Yeah, this game should have been over if Javi would have summoned that Prisma. So, see what I mean? Every time he's on camera, he's Test Tiger somebody. But luckily Lou had the Compulse. I wonder if I have a card like that. Because with Los, with the Sheriff, it's Return. Every time I watch him play on camera, he always draws Return. And with Javi, it's Test Tiger. I think for me, it depends on the deck I'm using. If I'm using Frogs, I draw Miracle a lot. So I would say Miracle with Frogs. With Vayu, I draw my Dark Armed a lot, my QCR dad. So, yeah. That Dark Arm's been good to me. Return, I don't really draw it as much. Anyways, Lou sets 1 and passes. He MSTs him. Chains MST hits the Chariot. Summon, so hit him for 12. I might have messed up life. I think maybe there's a 2,000 in there I missed. Yeah, I might have missed something. So Javi is moving on to another finals. Yeah, Lou should have that game should have been over way sooner had Javi done this Prisma play. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back soon for the finals. Bye, guys.